I asked them, do you together or separately visualize how you're going to do?
Usually Joe and I, by the time we get to the performance, have pretty much gone on autopilot once we step onto the ice. But beforehand, I have little rituals. You know, I have ways of doing things, and you know, an hour before I do something, 15 minutes before. And usually the whole time I'm trying to keep my head very relaxed, and I'm trying not to let any other things enter into my relaxation. And I just try to imagine how I want to feel after the performance, that a good feeling, how I want to feel during the performance, and where I want to be on the podium.
I think so. I think we differ a little in that, because beforehand I cannot think about the program at all.
He forgets the steps.
Right. If I start visualizing, I say, what's the 42nd step of the third pattern of the fourth piece of music? And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is that correct? Is that? And I start doubting myself. So what I usually do is free my mind of everything, and when I step on the ice, don't think about it, just think what the next one step is going to be, and then I'm on autopilot. My muscle retention is right there, and I go out, and it's a nice feeling because then you can relate to the audience and work on those things, so you're not thinking about your feet.
He's usually eating right before we get on the ice.
I've been known before I skate to be over there eating a piece of lasagna and say, oh, it's time to go, okay. And that's what I do.
A cute couple there. They are on the ice warming up. And we'll remind you that once this warm-up period is over, the first that you will see on the ice are MARINA KLIMOVA and SERGEI PONOMARENKO, who are #1 in the world and have been for the last couple of years. But there's still time for them to practice on ice and warm up. And while they do that, let's go down to Hannah Storm.
Oh, I'm just sitting down here with a couple of guys. Let's see. Over here we have Christopher Bowman, the crowd pleaser from last night, and our Goodwill Games gold medalist, Kurt Browning. Kurt, could you do this ice dancing stuff?
No, not at all. Ice dancing takes too much emotion and too much, you have to do it the same every single day. And every time I step on the ice, even I don't even know what's going to happen. So my partner would be whacking me on the head every second day because it'd be different. Couldn't do it.
What's been the toughest thing about defending your second world title?
The year leading up to it, Halifax was great. Actually, it was a lot of fun, a lot of support from the audience, of course, being from Canada. And it was all the competitions going up to it. And I was playing mind games with myself all year, and it was a great learning experience, and it paid off in the end, but it was a tough year.
Chris, crowd absolutely loved you last night, although they weren't too happy with your marks. What's in your future? What are you going to do? You planning to make any changes?
Wow, yeah, I have a lot of changes. Wow. I've made a lot of changes, and I've had a lot of turbulence through this past year leading from the Worlds up till now. A lot of changes will be made, a lot of adjusting, a lot of focusing. It'll be interesting to see what happens. You roll with the punches, and you pick yourself up, and you go on from here.
How much potential do you have? Enough to knock him off the perch?
Well, I don't think this is a good time to pit us against each other. But Curtis is a great skater, and his country's very proud of him, and I'd like to honor my country in the same fashion.
What are your immediate plans?
My immediate plans are to go to Sun Valley, relax, do a couple shows, and hit the Regiment Trail.
All right, what about you, Kurt? We've already seen this quad. What's next?
Actually, we're looking forward to doing what Chris is doing, getting back to work, and it's a great start to a good year. And basically, we don't have anything new coming up except for just improving.
Thanks for being here. You guys really brought a lot to our Goodwill Games competition. Jim?
All right, Hannah, we hear that Kurt Browning says it would be very difficult for him to be in ice dancing. As you take a look at the leaders after the original program, it may surprise you, if you've not been with us for the last couple of nights, that MARINA and SERGEI are married, and MARINA says that's one of the reasons, Peter, why they are so good, because they are in love, they are together, and this is an expression of their togetherness.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of their creativity comes from. But don't be fooled, they spend a lot of time practicing in the ring.
Well, before they get on the ice, because they're going to whistle everybody else off the ice, and MARINA and SERGEI are next up. Let's just give you the facts and figures to show you what you're going to be watching. They are the leaders at the end of the first two competitions. They are #1 in the world this year. They won the World Championships. They did last year. Before they did that, they won the previous silver medals at the World Games. And they were silver medalists at the Olympic Games, and they're the Soviet national champions, and they simply have the best ice dancers in the world. So that's